Oh, that's a terrible decision. Hi guys, and welcome back to Liverpool. If you've enjoyed the series up to this point, drop a like. That would be most helpful. Ow! Bam! I just punched the mics down. Just like you should punch the like button. Ow, that wasn't planned. But that's just how happy I am about the fact that Juan Cuadrado will be joining us at the end of the season. Now, I haven't yet to look at the buy now bit. You also might notice that Mbappe has chosen us. Got to wait for a work permit though, and I don't know if we'd be able to afford him. In addition to that, Newcastle want to pay me £10 million for Nico Williams, which could well be the thing that we need to move the stuff around. Now, I know that Williams isn't actually a bad player by any means, but when Newcastle come along with £10 million, you say yes. Weird though. Originally they offered 2. Sorry, no. Originally they offered 7.5. I counted with 12, and then they counted with 4, which was weird. Then I counted with 10, and then they went, yeah. So that might help. Let's just have a look at how much they want to buy now. 20 million quid. I am shooketh. Just to clarify, in the summer, where he was transfer listed, as he still was, they wanted 12 million or 22 million if we didn't let them sign another player. Now he has 6 months left on his deal, and they still want 20 million quid for him. I'm doing it. Oh, it's a terrible decision. I know it's a terrible decision, but we have to. We need backup there. Oh, that's a terrible decision. Probably puts the kibosh on any chance of Mbappe joining us during this transfer window, given that he's probably going to want about £900 million. On the plus side, though, we do have Juan Cuadrado, so I guess there's something there, but oh my god, the price. I've barely saved any money in before I can't register him. Can you imagine the scenes if I couldn't register him? Right, okay, where is he? That's fine. We've managed to sort him by deregistering Adrian. Because if we don't play Allison, we can always play Kelleher. One of the reasons I quite like beta saves is just because you get the opportunity to make very stupid decisions. Okay, so Williams has actually gone to Newcastle, and that's going to help us because we're going to need that extra 10 million quid, honestly. It does feel weird, though, shipping out a 20-year-old to bring in a 33-year-old man. Also, since we're playing Crystal Palace today, bit of trivia for you this one. There's a slightly more difficult one for you. So, Frank de Boer. Did you know this? Had a spell in charge of Palace not that long ago. It did not go well for him. He lasted 4 Premier League games. They had a Carabao Cup tie in there too. But my question to you is this. They lost every one of those games, and they actually didn't manage to score a single goal during that period either, which led to his sacking. My question to you is how many goals did they concede in those 4 Premier League games? Let me know in the comments. I'll give you the answer later. The beautiful thing about January is that every single match day is punctuated with a week of rest. It's beautiful. With that in mind, Swansea today, we're going to rotate the squad. Obviously, particularly as Mane... Oh no, he's gone to the African Cup of Nations, hasn't he? Just as well, we're going to have time to rotate in it. So, my first plan is going to be, is Cuadrado fit to play? Let's just... Oh, he's not, is he? That's annoying. I was going to play him instead of Trent just to give him a chance here. But, yeah, he is not really playable. We'll give him a chance in the next game. Now, with a full week in between, I obviously still want to rotate around a little bit. So maybe start Harvey Elliott instead of Salah and just try to not fully rotate, but rotate a bit. Maybe start Joe Gomez instead of... Yeah, actually, no, instead of Van Dijk. And then have Konate alongside him. And then Shimikas instead of Robertson. It appears we've also lost Naby Keita, presumably to the same competition as Sadio Mane. And I'll probably start Origi through them instead of Firmino for this one. Swansea City have Sebastian Giovinco. Is that real? I'll be damned. I had no idea, unless that's not a real-life transfer. Just swap Konate and Gomez over, because I think that'd be more comfortable that way. I mean, obviously, we're expecting this to be fairly straightforward, but you just never can tell these days, can you? Which is why I've kind of gone for a mix of first teamers and sort of second stringers in this one, just to make sure that we get this one over the line. Obviously, should we find ourselves in a very comfortable position, we'll get some more of the first teamers off. I have no idea how we're going to be able to afford to sign Mbappe, given that we just signed Cuadrado for that kind of money, but it is what it is, as Diogo Jota's cutting right through here. Back for Shimikas. Pops it in, Henderson's header, and it's 1-0 inside 2 minutes, and Jordan Henderson, the captain with the goal. Great cross from Shimikas, and well, the perfect start here at, I don't know if it's called, it's not the Liberty Stadium anymore, is it? Isn't it the Swansea City Stadium? Either way, though, this is just a stunning cross from Shimikas. He just doesn't waste any time, bangs it into the box. Henderson unmarked, 1-0 Liverpool. Maybe we're a bit overpowering ourselves in this one, as Milner drills it over. Chance for a set piece for us now, as Thiago will hop this one into the box here, as Konate's there is missing. Why is Trent not taking that? Oh, it's because he takes the right-hand side ones. Alexander-Arnold driving forward with it. It is weird seeing us not really make any runs bursting in behind with our striker, but I guess that's just because that's not really what we're using the striker for in this system. He's really just a link-up pivot for the most part that does get occasional goals. Nice bit of link-up, though, specifically right there. Icefield's through here for Swansea City, and they've missed. Thiago. It's a very tight area as Jota's in, and that's surely offside. No? Oh, wow, he should have scored there. Shimikas still flying forward with it, though. Milner around the side for Jota. This time, no. Elliott with the chance to bring this away now, and Origi's actually making a run for him. Could he maybe find the pass? He does! Origi in behind! Divock Origi has hit the post. Nice run, though. So what I did was, about 50 minutes of this game, I put Divock Origi onto a deep line forward on attack, just to see if he'd make more runs in behind, which in theory he will from time to time. I just don't want to unbalance us too much in the process, but I do want to have him offer occasionally those sort of runs in behind, just as it gives us a more traditional striker option from time to time. What a strike. Thiago only scores bangers. It's Swansea City 0, Liverpool 2. Thiago's third goal of the season. I'm fairly certain all three of them have been absolute screamers from outside the box. The first two certainly were. There was the one against City. I think he got one against Watford as well, or is that Keita? Regardless, though, it's another brilliant strike from him. I don't know who got the assist for it. It might even be Konate. Just pops it. No, it was Milner. And Thiago's just got that out of his feet. Through the gap. 2-0 Liverpool. Come on. Origi picks it up. He's got Harvey Elliott. Is there a space into that channel there? Now there is. And Diogo Jota's in again. He might have to shoot this time, but again, the patience is shown. Well played. Pops it through as Milner's shot is very bizarrely saved. Back for Thiago again, though. Shimikas inside. Finds Henderson with room to turn. Room to fire at goal. Oh, chance here now. Perot. And Swansea are back in the game. Joel Perot makes it Swansea City 1, Liverpool 2, and literally the first goal we've conceded in what feels like forever is going to come against Swansea City in the FA Cup. And I think this actually comes down to Gomez missing a header more than anything here. Giovinco wins a header against Joe Gomez, and then once Perot's through, well, nothing Alisson's doing about that. Oh my God. Just thought this build up though. Milner, Henderson. Ooh, okay. Alexander-Arnold, Jota, and it's 3, and that is a really nice piece of football to get ourselves back in the lead by 2 goals again. Nice ball in from Trent, nice finish from Diogo Jota. He's had a couple of those today, which he's failed to put in the back of the net, so it's nice to see him dispatch that one without too much difficulty there, and we are going to hopefully now start to run away with this one, you'd hope, after that little blip. That's a lovely ball in from Trent, though. Jota just peels away. Simple finish for him at that point. Goalkeeper can do nothing about it. 3-1. Harvey Elliott in acres of space. He's still got 2 players around him, but that's still a nice pass. Oh, lovely ball around the side. Oh, nice football again. Alisson with the long ball, and Jota actually knocks this down brilliantly. Milner now, and Jota's around the side. This time, he finds Origi! Oh, well, he has to score there. He really has to be doing better with that. Minamino now? There's a lot of bodies lining up. We just need to find the right ball. And there's the ball. There's the header from Origi. It's a good save. And that looks like it's going to do it. Swansea City 1, Liverpool 3. Fairly comfortable in the end. Had a little scare at the start of the second half, but the sort of slightly rotated side definitely did the job for us, and that's the main factor. We're comfortably through to the next round of the FA Cup, which is what we want. Now to find out what happens with the Mbappe thing. Set to sign for Liverpool. I mean, it seems to be fine. It's kind of nuts that he's actually willing to take £100,000 a week wage cut to join us, which doesn't make a lot of sense, really, but sure. Well, the Mbappe deal is done. Question is, how much do they want to buy now? Yeah, no, we're not buying him now. The fictional Liverpool of the second season of this save, which will probably not happen, will have a Mbappe. They'll have a Mbappe and they'll have a big size problem, I sense. But still, hey, we did the Mbappe thing, right? That's a thing. 4th round draw. Who are we getting? And we've got West Brom or Rotherham. Okay, that's a good route through to another round for us, I'd say. Keita has now hurt himself on Guinea. I swear to God, every single time, I'm not even joking, you can probably go back and check this. Every single time Naby Keita goes on international duty with Guinea, he gets injured. I think this is the 3rd time this season that he's been on international duty, and every single time he's come back with a 2-week injury. What are you doing, Naby? Although I blame Zimbabwe. Chelsea beat Leeds, and they are really motoring towards the Champions League spots now. I still think they're not really in the title race at this point, given that we are 11 points clear with the game in hand, but you just never know with these things. Yeah. Mane, of course, still at the Africa Cup of Nations, scored against Rwanda. It's great for him, annoying for us. City are home to Watford today, you'd expect them to win that. Arsenal away at Brentford is not easy for them, whereas we travel to Selhurst Park to play Crystal Palace, still I assume managed by Patrick Vieira. They seem to have done okay this season. I say okay, they're in the relegation, so... Have Leeds got a new manager yet? I'm guessing no. Yeah, he is the caretaker. Okay, so, Crystal Palace away. Can I play Cuadrado here, just to try him out? Nope, not doing that, Fabinho. We're having Konate in there. I really like this Van Dijk-Konate partnership. I want to try him here today, just because. Obviously, we can bring Trent on if we need to. But I just feel like it's worth a crack. Jota's going to have to play off this left-hand side today. Or do I want Curtis Jones there? I think Jota's stepped up his form lately, so he probably deserves to start there. Just sort of taking me a while to work out who I want to put where, really. Particularly with the partner to Van Dijk has been the key thing. But when you look at Konate's average rating over this period, it's been very solid. Palace matching us. It's never a good idea, friends. For some reason, Fabinho is apprehensive, and I don't quite know why. Right, here we go. Away at Selhurst Park. Cuadrado's first game for Liverpool here. 33 years old. Costs us £20 million. That's far too much money, I realise. But hey, we'll see. Maybe he'll be a dream signing for us in the second half of the year when Trent gets inevitably another injury, and then we actually can play someone in that role. But, you know, if he doesn't perform too well today, that's fine. It happens. And there we go. We see Cuadrado on the ball for the first time at the club. The first thing he does when he gets the ball is he stops and stands still. You're going to have to do a bit more than that, Juan. I'm just going to be honest with you, bud. As Brentford take the lead against Arsenal, Marcus Forsh with the goal. This could be huge. Unfortunately, Arsenal have now equalised through Tomiyasu, so the lead didn't exactly last very long as Van Dijk, and it's come down to Henderson. It's going to come back to Van Dijk, and he's been fouled, and surely that is going to be a penalty as City now take the lead against Watford with Ruben Diaz, but now we're hopefully going to have a chance to at least take the lead here too, and Salah will get his chance from the spot. The defender bundled through the back of him, so it's going to be an easy decision there to get Salah on this, and a chance to take the lead at Selhurst Park and just continue this run of wins that we're on right now. But it's really causing us to gain very little ground in the league at the moment, other than over City briefly, as Salah drops that one home for 1-0 with his 16th goal of the season now. I still think he'll comfortably get into the 20s in the Premier League this year. He's had a little bit of a barren spell as of late, mostly just penalties that he's been dispatching, but, you know, every player has their poor times. Palace doing a nice job at maintaining a bit of possession here. For the first time in this game, really. Clipped in brilliantly, and Edouard with the big header. As it's 2-0 City now, and Ruben Diaz has both. Did a good cross from Robertson, finds Jota, it's a lovely turn. Just got to get into a dangerous area. Firmino can't move the ball. It's a good hit. Half-time 1-0 us. We're definitely the better of the two sides, but it's not fantastic, really. I might switch to the other system right now, honestly. As Brentford go back in front again through Forsh. Also, I've made some subs. I'm bringing on Trent just to see what he can come up with. This has been a very stale game. And that penalty might well be all we need at the moment. But as things stand, we would potentially be able to get a 4-point lead on Arsenal and the 5-point gap to City then, and start to just creep away. Although Edouard's through here for Palace. Well shepherded. But we've got to watch out for that second phase here. Don't want them pinging one from the edge of the box like that. Good defending, but at least the result isn't going to suffer currently. Although Mitchell's bringing it forward for Palace again. It's a good ball in, and it's a good header saved by Alisson. It's their first shot on target of the game. As Arsenal, through Eddie and Nketiah, find an 87th minute equaliser. They look like they will still drop points, but it's not going to be the full 3 points that we were hoping they might drop. It will bring the gap to 3 points, though, which is still fine because our goal difference is better. And that's full time, in fact. It's Crystal Palace 0, Liverpool 1. Certainly not our finest hour, but Palace were very poor on the night, honestly, and they didn't deserve any goals from this one, so we will take it. Could have been a lot better. It didn't matter. Watford had 2 red cards in that game, which would explain the City comfort of victory there. Arsenal having to bail themselves out 3 times in that match and do drop points in the end. So, 3-point gap over them, 5-point gap to Manchester City now, and we've still got more winnable games to come, though Brentford is not going to be easy. And it does feel like we've been playing a lot of away games lately. Hopefully Brentford's at home. Thiago is complaining and has now said that I've broken my promise to play him more. I mean, he has started 14 games for us this season as a regular starter. The thing is, what I find weird about this is expects to start the majority of matches. If that's the case, then what's the point of an important player and a star player? I don't understand how you could go from majority to... Where do you go from there? I guess all of them? Or we could postpone the game. I think we might have to here. Thank you, Juan. I think that 4th player's done the trick. Will allow us to keep some fitness levels up, maybe. Henderson's broken his toe for six weeks. Right, some good news, finally. Arsenal play Chelsea. It's going to be a tough one for them. City are away at West Ham as well. That won't be super easy either. And we're at home too, which is great. Also, Real Madrid want Naby Keita, and I want them to piss off. Hopefully Milner can convince him to stay. He didn't. Great. Well, it would finance Mbappe, I suppose, if we did, but I don't really want to lose Keita. Leicester beat Wolves. Yeah, Wolves are really starting to finally slip away. Ironically, it is a weird one because they've actually started crawling back up the expected charts now, and are sort of finding themselves kind of where you'd expect them to be almost. Although Spurs as well, look at this. They are incredibly underperforming. And again, it's going to be Kanate instead there. And I don't know where Keller has gone. Maybe international duty? Needless to say, I'm not going to have a grayed out keeper. I'd rather have an outfield player. Now, we all know what happened last time we played Brentford. They scored an early goal. It was the only opportunity they had in the whole game. We battered them for the rest of it. Had to get a Mo Salah one from a set piece to bail ourselves out in the end. So hopefully today doesn't play the same way. This is a game where we can make huge progress potentially with our rivals having tough ones. We've got a more winnable match, you would feel, and there's an opportunity here to potentially put a bigger gap between us and Arsenal and City. Given that City are already 5 behind us, should they drop points against West Ham, there's a chance that could go to 7, potentially. And with Arsenal as well, playing Chelsea, that's not going to be a mean feat. There's a chance that gap could grow to 6 points as well. So, yeah, good opportunity for us here to really start to put our name on that, not put the name on the title by any means, but to really start looking like the big favourite. Oh, it's a great pick out. Salah just has to square this across the box. That's a good tackle. Arsenal have taken the lead against Chelsea. They really are trying to keep pace with us at the moment, and it's sort of working. They are slowly falling away, but only very, very minorly. Even picking up wins there, and they've still only lost 1 game this season, I think. Salah's ball cut out. And we've had a pretty poor opening 15 minutes here. It's starting to catch up with us a little bit now. We didn't look great against Palace and got the win because of the penalty. We need to look a bit better from open play today. It's a good ball over the top from Mo Salah. He will have a chance to shoot this time, you'd feel. And he's popped it near post and it's cleared away. This has been an extremely inadequate first half, to be honest. We've been... but this is about the worst I've seen us from an attacking perspective. Certainly probably since that Manchester United game. Although we have had some poor first halves this season. And generally speaking, we get better in the second as Diogo Jota smacks one off the crossbar. Can he dig out something beautiful? It's a back post cross and Jota. And yeah, oh, well hit. Oh my God, I thought that was the chance. Very close to trickling over the line. We've still been the better side, but we need to offer more. I actually can't remember the last time we went into at half time in a game with us not winning. We're going to plan B for the second half. See if we can just be a bit more patient with our build-up. We have grown into second halves a lot this season, so hopefully we can still push on and have a really good one here. Firmino pulls it across, and it's... Oh, what a save! Oh my God, is this going to be one of those games? That save is world-class. Alexander-Arnold now. Fabinho, look at the space for Milner. He's got to shoot, and he does, and well saved again by Fernandes. Imperative here. Brentford are no mugs. Obviously, they took a 3-3 with Arsenal as well. Already taken points off of us this season. One of the few teams that have. But can we do the business? Jota's through. This time he has to score, and he... Oh, the cheekiness of Diogo Jota there. That is a perfect goal. So many times this season, he's found himself in that position and has failed to make it count. And tonight, he looks like he has. I think that was... Who was that with the assist? Was this Firmino that just picks that? What beautiful. But the fact is, he sets himself up brilliantly, lays the goalkeeper down on the floor, caresses that ball over his head, and it's 1-0 Liverpool, and that could be huge later on. Seeing games out like this, in a position like that, oh, Firmino, and he's going to be offside. Or is he? The linesman's running back. I think this might actually be given. And in the space of a couple of seconds, we're going to go from 0-0 to 2-0 up out of nowhere. Terrible defending from Brentford, and we have actually pulled it out here. And it is 2-0 Liverpool. That game's taken a turn. We really have dug deep when we needed to. Jota and Firmino coming up with the goals, and that might well be enough for us to get the victory here. It should be at 2-0. Plan B was very much the way to go in the second half. Brentford just couldn't handle us for the full 90 minutes. The double whammy of goals in quick succession really did put them to bed, really. But we've had some more chances since then. And it looks like it is going to be Liverpool 2, Brentford 0. A seventh consecutive Premier League win, I think. But more importantly, 6 straight clean sheets. Oh, Van Dijk, no. Virgil, no. Just let him score. It's 2-1. Oh, it's going to be a red. I mean, weirdly, it should have probably been a straight red, actually, for denying a clear goal-scoring opportunity, but Van Dijk is gone. I think if Van Dijk just lets him go through there, we only have a minute to play. They weren't going to get another goal. Fernando's free kick is well blocked by the wall, and we do manage to keep the clean sheet intact. But losing Van Dijk for a game, and thank God it was only a second yellow and not a straight red, to be honest. He gave him a me as Firmino's forward now. Cuadrado, back to Firmino. Oh, and it looks like that's surely going to do it here. If we could just finish this match. Now, there we go. Liverpool 2, Brentford 0. We keep the clean sheet, get another victory on the board, and we really have looked a lot tighter at the back lately. But that Virgil van Dijk red card, yeah, you can definitely see the second half started to peel away a little bit more for us there, which is better. If he could serve his suspension in a cup game, maybe, because I think our next game is a cup game, or it might be Arsenal. I don't know. Point is, Arsenal get the victory. We now move 8 points above Man City. Now, of course, they still have a game in hand on us now, which is later today. But still, that's a big gap to catch up by anyone. And Arsenal's still 3 points behind us because they do manage to beat Chelsea in the end, which allows Aston Villa to sneak into the Champions League spots. 2-match ban. Crap. So it wouldn't matter anyway. In fact, he's going to miss both Arsenal and Chelsea. 7 straight wins and 6 straight clean sheets is great and all, but the fact that Van Dijk has just suspended himself for 2 of the most important games we have left this season is actually kind of disappointing. That is a genuine concern for me now. Oh, they won. They won. Gabriel Jesus with a late goal. Keep City in the fight. And, well, that fight is about to get all the more difficult in the next episode because we play both Chelsea and Arsenal. Now, obviously, we're miles clear of Chelsea, 17 points above them these days, which is fine, but they're still a bloody good side, and that much we know. There we go. Next episode, it's Chelsea, Manchester United, and West Brom, obviously, in there too. No, Chelsea, Manchester United, Chelsea and Arsenal. Two absolutely huge games, which we'll have to manage without Van Dijk. If you've enjoyed this episode, drop a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That would be awesome. I don't know if I told you how many goals that Palace conceded under Frank de Boer. But I'll tell you now, it was 7. 7 goals in 4 games is how many they conceded before he was sacked. So yes, if you've enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I'll stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. Go follow that too. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for 2 enormous matches that we'll have to do without Big Verge. It's not looking ideal. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.